Hey guys, R35 Killer here. I'm here for my 2-year review of my Focus ST. So I'm going to do a similar vlog style that I did last year. For anyone that's interested in just skipping to that and skipping this next channel update, I'll put a timestamp in the description below. Alright guys, so for a quick channel update, most of you may have realized that I haven't really uploaded over the past few months, and I actually have uploaded nothing over the past month. So I've just been really busy with work and just enjoying the summer, doing a bunch of other things, car related and not. So I've just been super busy, haven't been able to film. I skipped a monthly update, and then I was going to be filming at the beginning of July my 2-year review, but now we're at the end of July where I'm filming this. So just wanted to let you guys know that I've been busy, but I'm trying to get back into this. I really do enjoy doing all these videos, and I enjoy working and putting my content up on YouTube. If there's anything you guys want to see specifically, whether it be my Focus or any other content that you guys would like to see me try and upload, I can try and do that. Just let me know in the comments below. And now on to the 2-year review. So now onto the vlog portion of this. So I did this same video or similar video 1 year ago for my 1-year review, where I touched on everything that I had done to the car and how I enjoyed and how I was enjoying it so far. I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm not going to go over any of the stats of the car. You guys can all look that up online. There's plenty of information on a multitude of websites and Ford's own website of everything that this car has. But what I will go over is my user experiences, what I've done that's been good, what I've done that's been bad, and that type of information. My car has been pretty reliable. I bought the car with 17,000 miles on it. It currently has 44,500 miles on it. So I've put that amount of miles on it in 2 years, and it's been pretty reliable. I've had minimal issues, but most of which have been very easily solved or have just been replaced with better parts before they were a problem. So I can't really complain about it. This car has been dead reliable to me. I know a lot of people have had issues, but I think that I've gone at it at a slow rate and an easy rate to where I haven't needed to encounter any problems. Now we'll go for a drive. I'll do a little bit of talking while I'm driving around, just so I can explain everything that I've done to my car and just give you guys a little review of everything that's going on. So let's get started. So first off, before I start my car, I did have an axle back exhaust or a muffler delete from MRT. I decided to switch that out for a proper catback unit that sounded great. The MRT was a great part. I really did enjoy it. I needed the sound, but I probably would have just gone for either just a muffler delete as a build your own, taking it to a shop, or would have just done a resonator delete. I think the catback is probably the best option, but I know not everyone can afford that. And I did happen to go out and get probably one of the better ones out there on the aftermarket. I do have the Greddy catback. I've loved it. I've enjoyed it. You guys will actually, this will be the first video that I'm uploading of the actual sound clip of it. So you guys will be able to hear what it sounds like in cabin, normal driving, not higher in RPMs. I do plan to do a full video of that here shortly, and I'm hoping I can have that up within the next week or two, because I know a lot of people have been asking for it, so I hope I can get it up to you guys here shortly. So now, let's get started. So as you can hear my exhaust, you can definitely hear it in the cabin, and I have the windows down about halfway. I think this exhaust sounds phenomenal. I've said this last year, and I'll keep saying it as long as I'm making these videos, that these cars need an exhaust. They're too quiet from the factory. I think that the best way to wake them up is getting a catback. I think that's one of the easiest options that you can do. Obviously, you can do a resonator delete or a muffler delete, both of which I think are great options as well. I've even seen people that actually go out and just do a downpipe and keep it with the stock catback. I know people have had great results with that. Personally, I'm not a fan of that, but to each their own. You do whatever you like with the sound. I hope I can put up a video that you guys will enjoy of the Greddy catback, so you guys can further make a decision on if you are in the market for an ST exhaust. One of the other problems that I had with my car was the factory tires. I was running on the Eagle F1s, but I noticed that I do a lot of autocross, and actually the tires get very, very greasy. They lose their grip really fast, and they actually also wear really fast. So the one thing that I fixed for this year is I went out and got Michelin Pilot Cup Super Sports. So this has been labeled as like one of the godsend of tires. It's one of the best tires out there. It does pretty well. I mean, I can't complain. I've had the front ones on. I haven't had a chance to rotate them yet. But I can't complain with them. The grip is phenomenal. I've done 4 autocross events this year on them, and it's been great every single time. I cannot complain with them. The road noise is a little bit higher than the Eagle F1s, but I don't really have a complaint with it. You fully expect it whenever you get a modified car, that it's just going to make some more noise. So it's just something I've chalked up to. It's going to make more noise. I don't really have a big problem with it. But the grip is well worth that sound trade-off if anyone is in the market for any tires. And that goes for any car, any front-wheel drive car, any normal car. I would suggest the Pilot Super Sports, or even the Pilot 4S, which is the brand new replacement of the Super Sport. I happened to go with the Super Sports only because they came on sale right whenever I was wanting to buy them. So it made sense for me to just buy those rather than go out and buy the 4S's. So I saved a couple $100 on that. So I don't want to talk about modifications the whole time because I did that last time. But I do want to touch on one other modification that, in case if you ever do buy a Focus ST, or if you're out there and have a Focus ST, the one modification that I would recommend doing is getting an intercooler. These cars get heat soaked really, really bad. And that seems to be a common case for a lot of these newer turbocharged engines, is that they're just putting small intercoolers on them. I think the intercooler is okay for stock, but I wouldn't trust it ever at an autocross event or even a track day at all. I think the stock intercooler gets heat soaked really, really bad from the factory. So I would definitely suggest that if anyone goes out there and wants to buy an intercooler, that wants to modify their car, I should say, should buy an intercooler. I think it's one of the best investments that you can buy. I mean, it's only going to help your engine, so why not do it? Okay, so I'm not going to talk about modifications anymore. If you guys do have any questions on the modifications I do post monthly videos with the modifications on them. So please subscribe if you guys are interested in seeing any mods that I do for the future on my car. I will post every single one, and I will give a little mini review and description afterwards. So now, let's just talk about a few of the problems that I've had with my Focus. For one of the first problems that I've had with my car, it's been a reoccurring issue that I've been working on dealing with. It seems that a catch can is necessary on these cars because my airflow sensors, which there's one at the top there's one at the intake, there's one right at the intercooler, and then there's one right around the throttle body just off of the intercooler pipe. It seems that they keep getting clogged with oil, and whenever I start my car, I get a turbo boost malfunction code that's thrown on my access port. It starts to kind of idle a little bit rough. And it just throws out a little bit of a code, and it's not that big of a deal. What I've usually found that works is I usually just shut the car off, let it wait for a few seconds, and see if that fixes it. 9 times out of 10 it has fixed it. There was one time where it didn't fix it, and I kept having to do that and kept having to rev the car up a little bit just to try and see what the problem was. It seems that the 2 tuners that I've worked with don't know of a solution to the problem, and both have actually suggested just to try doing a cleaner like that or something similar. So far that's the only thing that has worked for me. I'm going to keep doing that every single time that it occurs. But I've gone about a month and a half now without it happening at all. So I think that I'm going to do it again. And then I do have a catch can that I need to install. So I'm going to install the catch can and then see if it goes away completely. If it goes away completely, then I think that that will be the solution to the problem. And that's what I'm hoping is the case. One of the other problems I've had with my car is actually my brakes. Whenever I was in my accident, my brakes started squeaking. You can actually probably hear right now as I'm braking. I actually haven't found the solution for it yet, and I haven't even found the cause of it. As some of you know, that I replaced pretty much everything on my brakes. I now have stainless steel lines, I have StopTech rotors, I have Hawk pads, I have even new calipers because I had my calipers powder coated, so I ended up buying brand new ones. So pretty much the whole brake system, on all four corners, is completely brand new. Since this accident, which I've done all these modifications since my accident, I've had this brake squeak problem under braking. I only know of one other person that has had this problem on the Focus, and they claim that they do have a solution, and I'm very interested to see what the solution, if it works. Their solution was to fix actually the parking brake cable. So I've told him to kind of test it out. He worked on it last week. He said it's been good so far, but I want him to get a 2-week or about 1,000-mile review, whatever one came first, just to see if that was the actual problem and if that actually fixed it. It's been a minor problem, but it's been in a bit of annoyance. I've sort of gotten over it, but obviously would like to have it fixed. As I continue to drive and keep doing this review, you guys will probably hear it in the background. Another problem that I keep having with my car is that occasionally whenever I go over bumps, it's usually more in the cold than the warm, so I haven't really had to deal with it too much lately, is that my my passenger side rear strut kind of makes a popping or banging noise whenever I'm going over bumps. It doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen. It's more of a squeak, I should say, but one of the other problems I've been having with my car is that I keep having this little squeak issue that's coming from my passenger side rear strut. It usually happens only on bumps, but it has been a bit of an annoyance. I don't really have too much of a problem with it. I haven't been in a big rush to fix it because I do plan on getting some suspension at some point. But it still is there. It is bothersome, and I've tried to figure out what it is online, and I haven't really gotten too good of an answer to tell me an exact fix to this problem. I'm hoping that maybe one of you guys out there have had this problem. There isn't a whole lot on the forums. The only thing I can think of is just try replacing a strut or replacing the suspension, which I plan to get coilovers. So I'm hoping that that's the problem and that fixes it. If not, then I really don't know what it is. It just seems to be like it's almost like it's hitting a bump stop and it's making a squeaking noise. It doesn't sound like anything's broken, which is why I haven't really been in a big rush to fix it. The only other real problem I've ever had with my Focus over the past 2 years is that last year, after I made my 1-year review video, my hood latch actually broke, and it caused my hood to be stuck down. It was a problem that I was never expecting to ever happen before, but it happened. I was thankfully able to take it to a body shop and have him fix it for me. The car was under warranty, but it was only under warranty just barely, and I didn't want to have any problems with Ford with thinking that something was the matter. So I ended up just taking it to him and just bit the part bullet and the labor bullet, which wasn't that much. But I really did, I was never expecting it. I had to change my oil actually at the time that it broke, which is how I popped my hood. Thankfully I didn't drain any oil out of the car because that would have been pretty bad. I wouldn't be able to drive my car. And it was sitting right in the middle of my driveway, so I wouldn't be able to use my driveway. So it was a very, very lucky situation. I'm very careful about closing my hood now, just because I don't want that to happen again. It was a total fluke. I don't think it could happen me again. I don't think it's a problem with these cars, but it's definitely, it's a little weak, like almost metal shim that just sheared off, and I just was unlucky and it happened to me. Alright guys, so that does it for my 2-year review video on my Focus ST. I have enjoyed it. I have no complaints with it. The car's been pretty reliable. Obviously I went over the few things that have not been reliable, but realistically I don't have any problems with the car. I think it's been great fun. I love doing autocross with it. I've done one drag race with it. The backers are always a blast. This car's just great. I'm so glad that I bought this over all the other options I was looking at. And I'm happy with it. I don't know what else to say. It's a great car. It's phenomenal. And I'm enjoying every minute of it. So I plan to keep it for at least another year. So, you know, we'll see what comes after that. But this car has been great to me so far. So no complaints there. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna leave you guys with a little acceleration here at some point. But I wanted to just say thank you guys for all the support over the past year for this video. And for all the future ones to come. I can't thank you guys enough for all your support. It really means a lot. I'm sure if you guys have any other questions, please let me know in the comment section below and I'll be sure to answer them. And if you guys want to see anything else, please let me know on my Focus. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.